What's up, everybody? Bigherc916, and you tuned in to another edition of my vlog. I thank everybody who subscribed to the channel for supporting me, for the positive comments. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just trying to share my life experiences with you guys so that you can make smarter choices in your life than I did. And people ask me, like, Bigherc916, what does that mean? Bigherc, what are you about? Well, the 916, I put it behind Bigherc so that I can distinguish myself from the other Bighercs out there. There's other people out there who say they're Bigherc, and I don't want to get mixed up with any of those other individuals. So the 916, that's the area code of the city I'm from. I'm from Sacramento, North Highlands to be exact. So the zip code is what I use to let people know, hey, this is Bigherc916 with the positivity and the motivation, not the other Bighercs out there doing whatever they're doing. Now what I'm about is trying to entertain you guys, share a positive message, and keep you guys laced up. Like I said, I made a lot of dumb mistakes in my life. I didn't have a mentor. I just kind of guessed my way through life, trying different things. And if I could streamline my life story, I would have changed a lot of things and went in a different direction. So I try to keep you guys more informed by sharing stories or different things that happen in my life. And hopefully you guys can take that and build on it. Somebody made a comment there about, they said, this guy's bullshit, what's his IQ, why you guys listen to him? Well, who told you to even come in and listen to the channel? Nobody forced you to watch any of the vlogs or participate in any of the comments. And I could see you're just a miserable fuck, and you probably have a bunch of old bags of Doritos, dirty carpet, filthy cabinets and nasty ass refrigerator and the whole nine, nasty bathroom and all that, man. Because anybody who takes the time to make a negative comment on somebody who's spreading positivity, they're a piece of shit. But the haters are gonna come. I know it's part of the game. As you grow in social media, these haters, they come out the woodworks. They want you to engage them. And every now and then I gotta say something about somebody because of just the message I'm trying to put out. And a lot of times people, they got the game fucked up. There's been a lot of just negative programming over decades and decades to brainwash a lot of the young people out there into doing stupid shit, and to be mad at other individuals for no reason. And my thing is just to pierce that veil, to put a different perspective on a lot of the things that have been conditioned out there for people to believe. A lot of the stupidity, with the criminal activity, you see a lot of it in rap videos, just social media, black and brown people doing very stupid shit. You don't see a bunch of Asians running around with guns in their videos doing a lot of that shit, or you don't see any of these contemporary Caucasians doing videos trying to point Tech 9s and Glocks at each other. Our culture is centered around such a negative environment, and people, you're making money off of it. I know that you're capitalizing and monetizing the violence, the killing, the drug dealing, all that. So you think it's okay, but in the long run, there's things that are attached with that energy that is contradictory to a positive lifestyle. And there's always something that comes with that. And I experienced it firsthand. I've seen a lot of other people experience it. And I just think that, if I could show a different side and share, my opinion, my insight, that maybe some of these kids won't buy into that. Hollywood does it the best. They make these movies and people they kill up, hundreds of people, and, you leave the theater and you think, wow, man, that was cool. But in reality, there's nothing cool about going to jail, about catching a federal case, about being away from your family, about, having, murder on your mind, or you're looking over your shoulder because you're committing a bunch of crimes. There's nothing cool about any of that. And you don't want to have to really live like that, man. And it's not really the lifestyle that if you had a choice to live, that you would choose to live. Most people I know that are in the hood would rather not be there if they had a real choice. And if you do want to be there, it's because you haven't been exposed to anything outside of that to realize that you're missing out on a whole lot. And I just tried to, like I said, put a positive twist on a lot of the negative stuff out there. I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to tell you guys to go and become religious people and go to church or any of that, because I don't do any of that shit either. So all I'm saying is that, why take out violent acts on each other for no reason? Why put yourself in a position to go to the penitentiary, putting stupid shit on social media, which is going to catch you cases? Why do we want to be angry and create hate on our brown brothers or our yellow brothers, or even some of the white brothers that are cool? Why do we want to have animosity towards people that have done us no wrong? Yeah, there's a lot of ignorant, racist motherfuckers out there. We see them on Facebook and social media all the time, but we shouldn't take that out on everybody who's white or everybody that's Mexican. Some of my best friends are Mexican. My wife is white, so my cousins, my nieces are half white, and my brother and sister are half white. So I can't sit there and say, oh man, I don't like you guys because your ancestors had me in slavery. They didn't have nothing to do with that. My stepdad didn't have nothing to do with that, and my sister's husband didn't have nothing to do with that. So I just try to open up your eyes, because a lot of people teach hate. There's a lot of hateful things that are promoted out there so that we don't, talk to each other, we don't communicate, and the assumption is we don't like each other. But when you actually start talking, you realize that these people have nothing against you. A lot of times, there's a lot of dialogue to be had and opportunity to be taken advantage of, but because of how they try to keep us divided, we miss out on a lot of that. And this goes back to, like I said, I was in some dark places, and I had white friends, I had Asian friends, I had Mexican friends, I had friends from the islands, I had Hawaiian friends, Filipino friends, and I didn't limit myself to just black. You know what I mean? I really socialized outside my central circle as far as culture-wise, and I've always been that type of person because I grew up on military bases and around a lot of diversity, and I realized that you can find culture and love among everybody. It doesn't have to be just one specific race. That's the bullshit that they try to push, so that you limit yourself, you limit your experiences. But Bigherc916 is all about just opening the mental doors, spiritual doors, enlighten you guys on just life, not doing dumb shit, relationships, conversation, and just things that you would normally talk about that maybe you don't talk about because you're embarrassed. And there's a lot of things I had to learn, and I'm still a student. I'm still learning, and I don't claim to know the answer to everything, but I know that doing this vlog and putting a voice out there, a lot of people are getting a lot of positive feedback from it, and it's it's a good thing. And for a long time I held in a lot of my emotions, and I had to learn to not have animosity, to not be an angry person, to be somebody that could give back. And this is my way of giving back, because I feel like I didn't do all that Fed time in vain, and I would hate to see a young person have to go through the same bullshit I went through because maybe they didn't have a father figure, or maybe because they only had a single parent, or maybe because their parents were on drugs and they didn't have anybody telling them anything positive. Somebody saying, hey man, you're smart, you're a good person, you're handsome, you're beautiful. All these positive, affirmations which make you look at yourself differently. We all need that. We all need that positivity in our life. You're human beings, and we need a physical interaction with each other, and we need a positive experience if we want to grow and become positive people. But people are so caught up on knocking each other down and hating on each other, man, that it takes us down a really dark tunnel, man. And I just want to turn that around with this channel and just create awareness. And like I said, some of what I say, a lot of what I say is just opinion. I'm not trying to be, like I said, the almighty know-it-all. I'm just spitting game, man. I'm spitting game and sharing, and hopefully bringing different things to light that normally wouldn't be spoken of, because a lot of people are embarrassed. But I don't have nothing to be embarrassed about, man. I'm a open book. Pretty much my whole life is on the internet, and so I share with you guys this Bigherc916 channel, and I try to open up doors so that you guys can see things from a different perspective and not limit yourself, and think openly, when it comes to just being successful, no matter where you come from. And it's all about growing. Me personally, this is like a calling for me, so I'm not doing it just to get a dollar or a handout. I'm doing it because I feel like this is kind of like my purpose in life. The whole time I was locked down, I thought that, why did I make those dumbass decisions? I was smarter than that. And at the end of the day, when I'm doing these videos, I realized that this was part of a bigger plan, and I'm sharing that plan with you guys. So stay supporting. Check on website Bigherc916.com. If you're into any life coaching, holler at me, and check out the links in the description for other information about me. And hope to hear you guys' comments, and keep it pushing, man. Stay positive.